Part 1. Eat intuitively and listen to your body. Have you ever wondered why, even after eating full meals throughout the day, you still feel bloated, fatigued, or restless at night? The issue isn't always what you eat. Sometimes it's about how and when you eat. As a health professional, I often tell my patients, your body doesn't need a rigid eating schedule. It needs you to listen to it. Let's start with the first rule. Only eat when you're truly hungry. This may sound overly simple, but it's one of the most powerful shifts you can make for your health. Many people eat out of boredom, stress, habit, or just because the clock says it's mealtime. But true physiological hunger is your body's natural signal that it needs fuel. Ignoring it or eating without it can overwhelm your digestive system and disrupt your blood sugar balance. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that eating without hunger significantly increases the risk of insulin resistance and visceral fat accumulation, two key drivers of metabolic disease and cardiovascular problems. Second, let's talk about hydration. Contrary to popular advice, you don't need to force down 2 liters of water every day. Your body already has a built-in hydration monitor, your sense of thirst. Overhydrating, especially with plain filtered water, can dilute your electrolytes, particularly sodium, and lead to a condition known as subclinical dehydration. Instead of chasing water quotas, try listening to your thirst. Even better, hydrate with natural, mineral-rich beverages like herbal tea. Infused water with mint or ginger, or coconut water. These options not only hydrate, but also restore balance to your internal environment. Third, if there's one habit I recommend above all, it's intermittent fasting. Giving your digestive system breaks between meals allows your body to engage in cellular repair. During fasting periods, your body activates a process called autophagy, which removes damaged proteins, eliminates pathogens, and recycles them into clean components. Think of it like spring cleaning for your cells. The clutter gets cleared, and your system becomes more efficient. Lastly, let's address a silent health saboteur: snacking between meals. Even if it's a so-called healthy snack like dried fruit, granola bars, or nut butters, it still triggers insulin. And insulin isn't just a sugar processing hormone. It's also a fat storage hormone. A 2020 study in Cell Metabolism showed that participants who simply eliminated snacks without changing their main meals reduced visceral fat and improved insulin sensitivity in just 2 weeks. So here's the truth. Your body is speaking to you every single day. The question is, are you listening? Part 2. Blood sugar control and essential micronutrients. Let's dive deeper into something that affects millions silently every day: blood sugar imbalances. You might feel tired after meals, experience energy crashes in the afternoon, or constantly crave something sweet. These aren't just minor annoyances. They're signs your blood sugar and insulin levels may be out of sync. So what can we do about it? Let's begin with carbohydrates, and not just sugar, but total carbs. Many foods that claim to be sugar-free still spike your blood glucose because of hidden carbs like starches, maltodextrin, or refined flours. Your body doesn't differentiate much. Whether it's a spoonful of sugar or a rice cracker, both can convert rapidly to glucose. For most people aiming to stabilize insulin and reduce inflammation, I recommend keeping your total carbs under 30 grams per day. It's not about being extreme, it's about being strategic. But how do you know if your body's already struggling with insulin? That brings me to one of the most overlooked blood tests: fasting insulin. Most doctors focus on fasting glucose, or A1C. But the problem with these markers is that they often don't change until the very late stages of metabolic dysfunction. Fasting insulin, on the other hand, rises years before blood sugar becomes abnormal. If your fasting insulin is elevated, your body is already working overtime to manage glucose, and it's a warning sign that shouldn't be ignored. Testing it now can help you prevent type 2 diabetes before it even starts. Now let's talk nutrients, the real metabolic regulators. First up, vitamin D. Most people think of vitamin D only in the context of bones or sunlight. But in truth, vitamin D influences over 10% of your genome and plays a massive role in immune regulation, inflammation, hormone function, and even mood. For those with chronic conditions or autoimmune disorders, Therapeutic doses of 10,000 to 20,000 IU per day may be required, but always under medical supervision and with periodic testing. Next, we have magnesium, a quiet hero. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions, many of which control your muscles, nerves, blood pressure, and blood sugar. It also helps activate vitamin D and balances calcium levels in the body. If you suffer from muscle cramps, headaches, fatigue, or even anxiety, magnesium deficiency could be a hidden culprit. And finally, potassium. It's often forgotten, but potassium is absolutely essential. It's a major electrolyte that acts like a natural tranquilizer for your nervous system. It helps lower blood pressure, support muscle function, and stabilize your energy throughout the day. The recommended intake? Around 4,700 milligrams per day, and very few people even come close. In summary, stabilizing your metabolism isn't just about what you avoid. It's about what you provide. When your body gets the right nutrients and hormonal signals, it knows how to heal itself. So don't wait for a diagnosis. Nourish your system now and let prevention be your superpower. Part 3, nutrient-dense foods. Fueling your body the right way. Not all foods are created equal. Some fill your stomach. Others feed your cells. And if you're on a journey towards sustainable health, it's time to stop counting calories and start counting nutrients. Let's talk about nutrient density. The amount of vital vitamins, minerals, and bioactive compounds packed into each bite you take. Highly processed foods might taste good and keep you full for a moment, but they do little to support cellular repair, hormone function, or long-term vitality. On the other hand, whole nutrient-rich foods can transform your energy, mood, immunity, and even how you age. One common mistake I see is relying on synthetic multivitamins. These mass-market supplements, the kind you find at big box stores, are often made from isolated compounds derived from petrochemicals, corn syrup, or industrial solvents. Take vitamin C, for example. Most commercial versions are synthesized from genetically modified corn and sulfuric acid. Does that sound like something your body would recognize as food? When it comes to supplementation, quality matters more than quantity. Whole food-based vitamins, made from concentrates of real fruits, vegetables, and herbs, are far more bioavailable and better tolerated by the body. Now let's move on to red meat, a food often misunderstood. Contrary to the myths, grass-fed red meat is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. It's rich in bioavailable iron, zinc, B vitamins, and high-quality protein, all of which are essential for brain function, metabolism, and immune strength. If you often feel fatigued, experience blood sugar crashes, or struggle with muscle recovery, try adding a small serving of grass-fed beef or lamb a few times a week. Many of my clients notice an immediate boost in energy and mood. But what about your gut, the foundation of your immune and mental health? If you've ever taken antibiotics, even just once, your gut microbiome likely took a hit. Contrary to popular belief, not all strains of bacteria return on their own. One of the most powerful ways to rebuild your microbiome is by introducing homemade probiotic foods. Yogurt made with specific strains of beneficial bacteria, like Lactobacillus reuteri, has been shown to improve digestion, support immune function, and even increase oxytocin, the hormone of connection and calm. I often recommend making a simple probiotic yogurt at home. Just a few ingredients, a warm spot in your kitchen, and a little time. That's all it takes. And the results? Remarkable. People report better sleep, fewer digestive issues, improved skin, and even mood elevation, all from nurturing the gut. Remember this, real food isn't just fuel, it's information. Every bite you take tells your cells how to function, so let that information be clean, honest, and deeply nourishing. Part 4, smart movement and recovery, the balance between progress and burnout. When it comes to physical health, we often hear two opposing messages. One says, move more, train harder, no excuses. The other says, listen to your body, don't overdo it. But the truth lies somewhere in between. Sustainable health is built on a balance between movement and recovery, not extreme exertion. Let's start with a common misconception. The more you train, the healthier you become. While movement is essential, overtraining, especially without adequate rest, can silently sabotage your progress. Pushing too hard, too often, spikes your stress hormones, particularly cortisol, which over time leads to inflammation, hormonal imbalances, and low testosterone, especially in men. Instead of getting stronger or leaner, you may notice plateaued performance, mood swings, fatigue, or trouble sleeping. These are all signs that your body is begging for rest. Think of exercise as a form of stress, a good one, but stress nonetheless. Just like fire needs time to cool down, your body needs time to repair, rebuild, and adapt. True strength doesn't come from the workout itself, it comes during recovery. And what happens when we overdo carbs on top of overtraining? Let's say you had a heavy carb day. Pizza, pasta, pastries. It happens to all of us. But after such a binge, your body becomes temporarily depleted in vitamin B1, thiamine, a crucial nutrient that helps convert glucose into usable energy. Without enough B1, you may feel anxious, foggy, and more likely to crave even more carbs the next day. One simple hack: after a carb-heavy day, supplement with B1. It can ease the post-binge slump and help rebalance your energy quickly. Another nutrient to be cautious with is iron. Iron is essential, yes, but it's also one of the only minerals the body has a hard time eliminating. Excess iron, especially from low-quality supplements, can build up in the liver and cause oxidative stress. Unless you're menstruating, pregnant, or recovering from blood loss, chances are you don't need iron supplements. If needed, opt for food-based sources like liver or beef, nature's most balanced delivery system for iron. And one more note, especially if you're over 50. That flabby appearance in your arms or legs might not just be fat. It could be muscle atrophy. As we age, we naturally lose lean muscle unless we actively resist that loss with strength training. Just 2 or 3 sessions of light resistance training per week, paired with adequate magnesium, can preserve muscle, improve insulin sensitivity, and support metabolism. Bottom line, movement should energize you, not exhaust you. Don't chase intensity, chase consistency, and always remember, how you recover is just as important as how you train. Part 5, Special Conditions and Prevention, supporting your body when it matters most. There are certain moments in life when your body needs more than just the basics. Moments when prevention isn't optional, it's essential. Whether you're preparing for surgery, expecting a baby, recovering postpartum, or simply navigating midlife changes, how you nourish your body during these windows can shape your health for years to come. Let's start with surgery, a moment where the body is under intense physical stress. Most people focus on the medical procedure itself, but the real healing begins before the first incision is ever made. Research has shown that patients with optimal levels of vitamin D before surgery recover faster, have fewer complications, and lower risk of infections. That's because vitamin D doesn't just support bone health, it plays a direct role in immune regulation, inflammation control, and tissue repair. In fact, I often recommend that clients take 50,000 to 100,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily for 3 days before a major procedure, always under supervision and with proper blood tests beforehand. Now, let's talk about pregnancy and breastfeeding, 2 of the most nutritionally demanding phases of life. During pregnancy, your body becomes an engine of creation. Every cell your baby builds comes from what you provide. And yet, studies show that up to 80% of pregnant women are deficient in vitamin D. This deficiency is linked not just to poor fetal development, but also to postpartum depression, fatigue, and a weakened immune system, both in the mother and the baby. A daily dose of 4,000 to 6,000 IU of vitamin D throughout pregnancy and breastfeeding can offer tremendous benefits. But again, test first and adjust based on your personal needs. Then there's the silent threat in our modern world, water contamination. We've all heard drink more water, but what kind of water are we drinking? City tap water, even in developed countries, often contains PFAS, or forever chemicals, along with chlorine, fluoride, and traces of pharmaceuticals. These substances accumulate in the body and have been linked to hormonal disruption, thyroid dysfunction, and even cancer. I recently tested my own filtered tap water, and it still showed chemical levels thousands of times above safety limits. So what's the solution? Invest in a high-quality water filter? Not the cheapest model, but one that's certified to remove PFAS, heavy metals, and microplastics. It's one of the most impactful long-term investments you can make in your health. Because when your body is facing a challenge, surgery, pregnancy, recovery, or simply aging, every decision matters more. And prevention isn't about fear. It's about giving your body every possible advantage so it can do what it's naturally designed to do: heal, protect, and thrive. Because when your body is facing a challenge, surgery, pregnancy, recovery, or simply aging, every decision matters more. And prevention isn't about fear. It's about giving your body every possible advantage so it can do what it's naturally designed to do: heal, protect, and thrive. So don't wait for symptoms, don't wait for a diagnosis. Start with one habit. Maybe it's delaying that first meal, adding magnesium to your evening, or finally getting a good water filter. And watch what happens. Your energy shifts, your mind clears. You feel more alive. If any part of today's video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I read every one. Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe if you believe in natural, science-backed health. And share this with someone who needs to hear it, because small changes really can change lives. You've got this. I believe in your ability to rebuild, rebalance, and live fully. See you in the next video.